to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located in the northeast corner of Glacier under the command of panzershturm. Now, it's definitely the M55 because the barrel's a short, fat one, doesn't extend over the front of the vehicle, and that identifies this as the 8-inch howitzer on the M55, as used by the US Army. Now, the standard reload for this Arty is 40.27 seconds, and panzershturm's got it down to 34.21, but he did knock down a tree there, which might give away his position to the enemy Arty. He's actually using a skin that was designed by Jazz some time ago. We all miss her still. She's come up with some fantastic skins over the ages, and well, her father's actually been distributing some of the skins. Tane managed to find a few of them. Oh, that was a lovely direct hit there on the TVP T5051. Now, this game is from some time ago. It's from the 1.7 client. I believe this is a battle from 2000, so it's slightly different from what you see today. The traces are much more evident nowadays, but I think this was shortly after the Glacier map came into the game. Okay, Centurion Action 10, dialing in. Looks good. If he keeps doing that, we'll get a hit. Bit of splash, 198. Yes, we're actually very thankful to Tane at the moment because he's actually distributing some of the skins that his daughter actually produced for us along the years, and actually creating them in the HD version so that we can use them in the current clients. T54. Almost ready to fire. Instead, actually, he gets distracted because there's enemy tanks on the northwest corner and nobody's there to stop them except a standard B and an object 430U. Oh, maybe a Martian. So we're going for the E50. Rounds out. Looks good. That was a direct hit. It looks like it hit the engine bay of the E50, but we lost sight of him just before the shell impacted. Yeah, you can see the enemy tanks coming around. In fact, there's a Chieftain there, an FP4201, and an ST1 as well. And there's a TVP T5051 behind them. Now, it would be a very, very dangerous shot to shoot in that direction because you'll more than likely hit the cliff rather than hit the tanks. From the current position, it's very difficult to get a shot on target. Okay, looks like he was going for the T54, changed his mind, now he's going for the E50, who has lost a lot of health. Lined up, and rounds out. Yep, that was another direct hit. This time it hit the center of the vehicle. I would not be surprised if that E50 is down to his last few hit points now. TVP T5051 was making out that he was going to go around the rock, but I'm wondering if he's actually doing that. Centurion Action 10. Still trying to get shots on our guys up at the center line. He's a prime target. Can easily hit him. He's just taken some damage as well. Rounds out. Oh, it's going to miss. But still 261 hit points of splash and some stun. And he got rid of the stun fairly quickly so he can move away from that spot. No, I think you can see that the enemy's pressing in on the center and also on the north, but they don't seem to be pressing very hard down in the south. We've got a Type T55A and a Type 61 down there, but no sign that the enemy is actually moving there. And the E50 is one shot, and there's a splash kill. Okay, Centurion Action 10 is still there. Although he's now a two-shot, I would say, possibly a two-shot. I think he might be able to, if he got a direct hit, he might be able to take him out. The alpha for the 8-inch howitzer is 900. So if you've got a non-penetrating impact, it would be half of that, and that will be enough to get a kill. Okay, Gorilla 15 spotted, stationary, not doing much. Rounds out. Well, that landed in front of him. It wasn't fully dialed in by the time he fired, and as a result, I think it only splashed the gorilla, but he might be a one-shot. We're going back to that position again because the gorilla might have moved away. Then there again, he might not have. Conway. Oh, he's got loads of health, and of course, Conways don't have much in the way of armor, so this would make a prime candidate for us. Almost loaded. Here we go. Fully dialed in. Rounds out straight away. Oh, robbed. The shell actually hit the rock face instead of hitting the Conway, but it only stunned him. Okay, we just lost our Object 430U. And we're 3 tanks down on the enemy at the moment, so this is not looking so good. Being pressed in on 2 sides, but not in the south, although our guys have come up against some severe opposition down there. Instead, he's going for the Conway again, but the Conway dives into cover before we can get our shot off. Can't get shots on either of them. Might be able to get a shot into that T-54 as he's going up around the corner to try and kill the Type 61, and he does. Now, can we lob a round in on that spot? Now would be the time. Oh, that was a good hit. T-54's lost virtually all of his hit points. He's down to a one-shot. And the T-54 lightweight didn't like that either. He pulled back. But their other T-54 is now coming into the fight against our T-55A. Well, there goes one of the T-54s. We're almost loaded. We could put a round into that T-54 if we get it right. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, what a shot! Right on the mark. That T-54 is now gone, but our T-55A just took a hit from the enemy Grilla, who's still over there shooting at our guys. It was either the Grilla or it was the Waffenträger auf Panzer IV. I think it may have been the Grilla. So bad news for him because he's down to his last few hit points and he's still got to deal with that T-54 lightweight. And there's the Conway taking a hit. Now, can we put him out of the game? If we can get this tight enough. Rounds out. No, it wasn't tight enough. A few seconds waiting might have made that shot so accurate it would have hit his exhaust pipe and killed him that way. Okay, we switched our aim over to the west. The ST-1 dies. Now looking at the Centurion Action 10 T95 FP4201. Both are fairly low on hit points. I think the Centurion Action 10 makes the better target though. We just lost our Conqueror. Can't see the FP4201. Somebody spot the Chieftain, otherwise we're not going to get a shot. The Object 430U is coming up, so he might be able to get spots. Enemy T-50-51 comes into sight. If he stays around, this might be the one to go for. Rounds out. Yes, direct hit. And those things do have thin armor. They are a medium. So that shell may have actually stripped him of most of his hit points. It could have penetrated him. You get 52 millimeters of pen from the 8-inch howitzer. Okay, so long as this 430U can keep the enemy in sight without getting taken out by the TVP T-50-51 in the northwest corner, yeah, that guy could actually do some severe damage. He's found the Conway for us, and we're almost loaded. The Conway is still sitting on that corner, but he dives back into cover. And there's the TVP. And, well, he did lose some hit points, but not all of it. And I think he's still two-shot. Lined him up. Still trying to work out where's the best place to put the shell. Looks right. Rounds out. It lands short. So it's still a tough battle. We're only 2 down on the enemy, but they're still pressuring us. And that Chieftain's still being a nuisance. We only got 2 rounds of ammunition from the standard HE and 5 rounds of the premium HE left in this game. Now, if I remember correctly, this is before they did the changes with the HE. So this one will do 1050 alpha with 52mm of pen, so it's slightly more damage. And the burst radius is 12.2 meters, and stun's about the same as before. You actually had to pay extra for these ones. These ones, actually, it's not 900 alpha, it's 1050. That's before they did the artillery nerf and took away some of the damage. You see, the burst radius is similar, and stun duration's about the same as well. Rounds out. Okay, so 6 rounds of ammo left. Panzershturm's got a primary target there. That Waffenträger is very low on hit points, and he's done a very big sin by sitting up on that rock the way he is right now, but we need to see him if he's still there, considering how few rounds we have left. If he is still up there, oh, he's pulled back. Okay, but he's still there. You can still get a shot on him. We're loaded. Line it up. He's trying to get both at the same time. Okay, there. Oh, well, I think he delayed that. Actually, he delayed it because he wasn't loaded. The screen was showing it. Oh, but he did kill the Waffenträger. He did get him. Yes, the screen was deceiving me. It said that he was loaded, but in actual fact, he wasn't loaded. He was waiting for the shell to go in. So it's the mods that were deceiving me there. So now we're only 1 down on the enemy. The Centurion Action 10's making a move as if he's going to go around the edge of the map. We're only a few seconds away from being loaded. He's fully dialed in on that spot there. And that's a kill. That's a splash kill on the Centurion Action 10. So that's even the score. And 4 kills now for panzershturm. Okay, well, we just lost our Object 430U to the TVP. And the convoy's suddenly come into sight. And remember, that one's low on armor, low on hit points. You make a prime candidate to take a kill. Rounds out. Yep, that's a kill. Oh, but immediately we lose another tank. We lose the Waffenträger auf Panzervier to their T-54 lightweight. So we're now being closed in on. The enemy's got a gorilla. He's getting close to our Mauschen, and we're still not loaded. He's going to try and get behind the Mauschen and turn to face his rear. But the gorilla can't turn his turret all the way around, and now we can't get a shot on him. Changing the aim to go to the T-54 lightweight, who I think is now going to try and push and try and get in and get shots on that Jagdtiger. Now he's decided that's where he's going to appear, and he's right, because that's exactly where he is. Raz out. Oh, it zipped over the top of him, unfortunately. If he got it a fraction of a second earlier, I think that shell would have met the T-54 lightweight coming the other way. So now he's got 1 round of premium HE and 1 round of ordinary HE, and he's loading the standard HE first. And now we've got the Chieftain coming in. We've had the 2-minute warning. Coming down to 1 minute 10 seconds left. T-54, the T-95 FE4201 is using the cliff for cover at the moment. We're trying to dial in on the TVP. It looks like this one's going to end up being a draw. Unless the enemy presses us really quick, I don't think they're going to get anywhere. The T-54 lightweight makes as if he's going to come around the corner. We're fully dialing in on that target there. We might be able to splash kill him. Yes, he got the splash kill. And that is a Top Gun. Coming down to the 30-second mark. He'll get 1 more shot in before the end of the game. It's his last round of ammunition. There's 3 enemy out there and only 2 left on our team. The other one being a Striv 103B. And he's being attacked by the TVP T-5051. And he's just been killed, so we're the last one. In fact, actually, he died because he crashed. But he's the last one alive. Last few seconds. Stay alive. And that's the end of the game. And it was a draw. Here's the end of the first battle. Yes, it's a two-parter. He managed to get an ace tanker in the M53, M55 in the Glacier map, panzershturm. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 20 critical hits in that game, as well as a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And he got 6 kills out of that game, so he got himself a Top Gun as well. And he was the only one left on his team right at the end of the game, and the enemy were very close by. If he had come around that corner, I'm pretty sure the enemy would have tried to get him, because the TVP probably would have had enough shells available to take him out of the game before it clicked out. So let's have a look at team score. There you go. He's the only one left alive on his team, but he didn't get the highest damage in the game. Highest damage went to the Chieftain on the enemy team, got 7,501 hit points, and panzershturm got the second highest damage with 4,724. When it came to kills, he was definitely the highest with 6 kills. The rest, well, the Strip 103B ended up with 2 kills, but he crashed to his death. I think he must have fallen over the cliff, or he was pushed over the cliff by the TVP. Meanwhile, the Chieftain got 2 kills, and so did the T-54 Lightweight. And when it came to base XP, he got the highest base XP in the game because he got some stun as well. 706 base experience points to panzershturm, 688 went to the 212A on the enemy team, and 679 went to the Chieftain, the FP4201. So, if we go to detail, we can see he fired 19 rounds in that game. So, only have 1 round left. 7 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 21 splash. Damage of 4,724 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 6, so wasn't too far off getting a Confederate as well. 15 stuns caused, but no stun assist at all. So his teammates weren't actually being helpful in hitting the enemy. 29,410 credits from the battle, 8,052 from personal missions payout, and 3,725 for the achievements award. That's because he got an epic or battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. This was a draw. 57,755 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply, yep, he ended up with a loss of 2,295 credits for the game. Even if he'd actually had a premium account, he still would have ended up, in fact, I think that may be wrong actually, because with a premium account you should come out better. He earned 706 base XP, 421 for the achievements award, took away 1,691 experience points altogether. It says, well, I'm not going to say that word because I don't think we are. I think the people who are the true version of that word are those people who do drown themselves because they are effectively depriving everyone of a decent battle and, of course, getting more XP. And, of course, they're actually denigrating other Arty players who do fight the game properly and try to win. So we've got a second replay for you. Let's have a look at that one. The second game is on the Outpost map, and battle's about to start. Well, it sounds like we're missing the engine noises. Yes, it definitely sounds like we're missing the engine noises from this game. But we can play the game without the engine noises. It's not a problem, but that's down to wargaming, I'm afraid. Again, it's the M55 with the 8-inch howitzer. And this time round, panzershturm is moving to the back of the map. Well, into the corner. I think that's what he did in the last one, actually. He didn't move away from there, and he certainly didn't change position to avoid counter-battery. Well, maybe once, but after that he didn't move again. Okay, well, Outpost map. I'm not sure how many of you have actually played it. Okay, we've got a target. It's an AE Phase 1. Sitting at the other end of this corridor at the moment. Rounds out. Well, it landed behind him, but it stunned both the tanks. He did manage to get some damage on the CC-1 Mark II and the AE Phase 1. But no stun assist. His teammates just not firing at them, even though he's indicating the AE phase 1 is his target. Waiting for the reload to go in. Okay. Trying for all three. He hits the front of the VK100-01P and stuns the other two. And this time round they can't get rid of the stun because obviously they've used their first aid kits. Now, as you can probably see, because this is the Outpost map, it's a much more recent battle. This one was only a short while ago, whereas the other game was from 2000, long before the last Arty nerf. In fact, there's been 2 Arty nerfs since then. I think we just saw the tracer from one of the enemy SPGs, or the only SPG. It's a GW Tiger. And this time round he hits the VK right on the side, which is the place to hit them because they've got thinner armor on their sides. And stuns them again. But the AE phase 1 has got rid of his stun. You can see the mark on the side of the vehicle where it hit. Yes. He's changing target. Oh, no, he's gone back. Almost ready to fire. Line up the target. That's it. Rounds out. Well, he did hit or splash the VK. Got a little bit off the CC Mark II. Also got a bit off the AE phase 1 as well. And now there's more tanks turned up. The 60 TP's turned up. And I think that's encouraging the team to push on this corner. He's almost loaded. Which one's he going to go for? It looks like it's going to be the 60 TP, but he loses sight of them because nobody's spotting. Okay, he's changing position because, yeah, this area is under threat. This might not be a wise decision going up on this bank. But he's changing position altogether. In fact, it's going down to the south. That might be the better move, actually. But I wouldn't stay around the cap area or nearby because it could be that the enemies... oh, they've stopped at that corner to try and shoot at our guys up in the north. Okay, well, this could be fun. Rounds out the 60 TP. And we didn't get to see that one. So we'll run it back again so we can have another look at that impact. Because I always like to see it. When somebody looks away the way he did there, you don't get a chance to see what he did. Okay, so he's dialing in, getting ready to shoot, and rounds out. Well, it landed short. It did land short. And we've got the engine noise back again. Okay, he's going to join his teammates down to the south. So long as the Gorilla 15 is spotting the cap area, he might be able to get some damage on the enemy. But he is actually trying to get shots on the guys in the town. Not a great angle at the moment with that tower in the way, but if that A phase 1 comes a little further forward, he might have a shot. He can't shoot over this because he's going to hit the tower for sure. He needs to damage those guys because they're the ones doing damage to his teammates in the north. I think he's trying to change position whilst he's still in aim view, which can be very dangerous actually, because it is possible to run into something and flip yourself over. Okay, we're going for the Chimera. Rounds out. And he did it again. Yeah, we'll have to run that back. Should tell you, panzershturm, if you do this on a regular basis and you don't let us see what the enemy tank when it's being hit, we will take control of the mouse so we can see what we want to see, even if you don't want to. Rounds out. Yep, hit the building. There were so many obstructions in the way there, he wasn't going to get a shot on target. Mind you, there is an enemy nearby, a Progetto 66. He can't go over the rise, because if he does, he's going to be spotted. And that leopard to the south, or further south, is also a prime target. He's almost ready. Needs a shot on that guy. Trying to adjust. He's loaded. And now we lose sight of the leopard. Under circumstances like this, where you've got an enemy goes missing, and there's some prime targets over in a different area of the map, go for those instead, and that might help. You're not going to hit that A phase 1 as hard as you try. You're not going to get it over that tower. Yeah, you see, you just hit the tower. Yep. Okay, so that didn't work. He's changing position again. He's been spotted, and I think that might be the Leopard 1 who saw him. So he's quickly trying to get behind cover. Okay, he's trying to aim again. The Chimera came into sight. And I think he's going to use that corner. Is he? No, he's not. He's pulling back again. No, he's not going to get any of those because the buildings are in the way. He might be able to get a splash from this one if he slides it down the side there. It's going to be a very difficult shot though, and he's done it again. Yeah. I think the thing is, panzershturm, if you keep doing that, I just won't do your replays, so be aware. You keep mucking it up for us, we can't see what's going on in the battle, you just keep changing the aim. Okay, fires the round in. It does go straight, and it does damage both tanks. But it was just a splash. Okay, now he's changing position to get back to his own cap area. Now, it might have been helpful, actually, if panzershturm had actually been hitting the tanks in the far west side of the map. The Shrek. There's two Shreks over there. Now, he could have hit those, and that would have helped his team who were trying to get through to the enemy cap area. Okay, he might have difficulty with the rise only a short distance away. I'm pretty sure the shell will go up over it, but you can't guarantee it. He's finally paying attention to this Shrek. I know some people call it the Sputnik. I like calling it the Shrek. It's kind of ugly. Rounds out. I don't think that's going to hit, but it might splash. Okay, the 60 TP. He's trying to push up onto that hill. Yes, he missed the Shrek altogether. And the A phase 1's been spotted. But again, I think he's just too close. Now this might be dangerous because he could still be spotted by the enemy tanks. Remember, he was spotted before when he was around about this area. He's trying to use the very back of the cap area again. We've lost virtually all the force that went up the north route, and all they've got is a Shrek left up there. But they do have those tanks in the town. It seems tanks in the town are very good at actually laying down fire on our enemy tanks, on our tanks rather, as they're trying to seize the town. And now we've got a Chimera getting towards us, the same one we fired at before. That's a direct hit. 402 hit points. And there's the kill shot coming in from the 704. Meanwhile, the CC Mark II is nearby. That's the Tier 9 Italian. Oh, A phase 1, very cheeky as a one-shot as well. We're almost loaded. We're almost fully dialed in on him as well. Is he going to try and go across the water? If we track him, he's definitely going to drown. But, oh no, he's ignoring it. He's lost sight of him, so he's ignored it. Oh, that's such a pity. And he did drown anyway. So that was a missed opportunity. He's going to go for the CC Mark II. Rounds out. Oh, that's a nice hit. 435, non-penetrating shot. Say that A phase 1 is still showing some hit points actually, even though he did drown. Four left on our side, 3 on the other. He did go over that tree again. That would let the enemy Arty know where we were. If the enemy Arty is looking in this direction, and he's taking a bit of a risk going over this pile. Just under 3k of damage. But he's sitting out in the open in a very prominent position. If that 60 TP was to come to the end of that row, he might spot us. In fact, the CC Mark II gets wiped out by the 704, and that means there's only 2 enemies left, the 60 TP and the GW Tiger. But if we get spotted, the GW Tiger is certainly going to have a go at us. And we've got no shot on the 60 TP, so the Object 704 is going to have to fend for himself. And the 704 did get a big hit. He got a high roll. Or did he? Got a... Not sure if it was a high roll, but it certainly got a penetrating shot. They're fighting out against each other. Oh, we lost the 704. So with less than 3.5 minutes left in the game, it's 2 on their team and 2 on our team, and the 60 TP on our team has got slightly more hit points. But we're going to have a swing at the 60 TP any second. And it did hit him, but the enemy Arty just hit our 60 TP as well. So both of them are stunned, but their one is a one-shot. Oh dear, that's not what we wanted to see. Now, we're going to be loaded in time to hit the 60 TP, or is he going to get the shot? I think he's going to get the shot first. We've got 10 seconds left, and he does finish off our 60 TP. Now, can we get a kill shot on this one? If we does, it'll be Arty versus Arty. Lines it up. Oh, he's lost it again. That was a bit of a naughty one there, because he should have estimated where the guy was going to go, because he knew he was going to lose contact with him. It's not easy to see the cap area from this bush either. In fact, he should be down at the other end and use the bushes there. But from this position, he's not going to spot the enemy until they go into the cap area. In fact, I doubt if he'll see them even in the cap area. Because remember, we had that problem with another game on this very map where we couldn't see the cap area. Well, 60 TP has been spotted. Can he get a shot? Yes, he does, and he gets the kill as well. And that's good, but at least he got that one out of the way. But the enemy Arty has got a one-shot spare. Incoming shell. He missed. Okay, so it's now Arty versus Arty with 1 minute 40 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get up the other end of the map before that 1 minute 40 is up. And of course, it all depends on if the enemy, the GW Tiger, decides to go the same route as us. If he doesn't, we're not going to have enough time. It's too late for us to cap out now. We have to kill the enemy GW. Now he's taking a bit of a circuitous route here to try and get to the enemy cap. I think he's hoping that he'll spot the enemy before we do, before they do. And he's going to sit in ambush. I'm not so sure. I think the enemy Arty probably will be on the move. I don't think the enemy Arty, we would spot him near his cap out in the open. We have to get close. He has to hope that he can actually find him and then shotgun him face to face. Less than 20 seconds to go. He's hoping he'll find him and just drive straight into him. 10 seconds to go. I think it's going to end up in a draw. And he's right up against the edge of the map now. And that's it. It's all over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second class tanker for Panzershturm in the M53, M55. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8, and he got a Gauze medal for getting at least 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle in damage. But no other medals in this one. If we look at the team score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the 60 TP, the last one on our team. I am the one and only, I think it is his name, at least I think it is. No, I am the one and only Jake is his name. He managed to get 6,415 hit points of damage. The second highest damage actually went to Panzershturm. He got 3,698 hit points. And the third highest went to the Contro Caro on the enemy team, who got 3,677. So there wasn't much in it between the second place and the third place man, but the top player was definitely out on his own. He's also the highest number of kills in the game. He got 5, whereas the 704 got 3, and so did the Contra Caro. At least I think no, it's not the Contra Caro, it's the CZ20. So that's the Shrek. And when it came to Panzershturm, he only got the 1 kill out of that game, but it was the 60 TP. It was a good shot as well. I thought he'd have difficulty trying to see that 60 TP as he was moving in on the cap area, but no, he didn't have any trouble. He actually did get a good shot, and he lined it up correctly and splattered him. When it came to base XP, though, it's actually the 60 TP. Lewandowski got the highest with 762. The second highest was that Shrek on the enemy team, got 733. And the third highest on base XP turned out to be the Contra Caro with 666, with Panzershturm being a little way behind. In fact, he's actually been beaten by all but 5 of the enemy team, and he's been beaten by 1 on his own team, so he came in 6th place overall on base XP. He fired 14 rounds in that game, so he got 4 direct hits on the enemy and 0 penetration, so he did have 6 rounds left spare at the end of the game. 24 splash as well, 3,698 hit points, of which 3,599 were at more than 300 meters. The closest shot was the 60 TP, and he was fairly close when he came in. I think the reason why he didn't get anything better than the second class was down to the fact that he wasn't firing his shells as soon as they were available, because he wasn't in the right position to actually get a good shot. As you saw, those towers were actually getting in the way and buildings were getting in the way. So there was quite a few wasted shots. And it does help if you fire at a target which doesn't really have much in the way of cover, like those Shreks up in the northwest corner of the map. If he'd focused his attention on them, I think he actually might have got more damage, because that's where the rest of our team were trying to break through. He damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 1, so just missed out on a Confederate, and 429 hit points of stun assist off 23 stuns. And he got 1 defense point because I think that one of the enemy tanks, or it was the 60 TP, I think, was in the cap just as he was wiped out. 26,437 credits to the battle, 3,726 for the Achievements Award. That's for getting an Epic or Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game. And yes, again, this was an Epic medal, actually, the Gauze medal. And he got 45,245 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply, took away 19,065 credits profit. 556 XP, 347 for the achievements, and took away 1,355 experience points altogether. I guess the outpost map is a little difficult because the tanks that are in the center, and it's usually the west team that will actually try to go down the center. Alexa, stop. It's usually the enemy tanks from the west that will actually go down the center. It makes it difficult for you to get shots on those enemy tanks if our guys are not opposing them. And as soon as we lost all the tanks that were in the center, we lost sight of where they were. And when Panzershturm moved to the south to try and get shots into the castle grounds, the towers were getting in the way, and consequently he lost any clean targets that he could hit other than the ones up in the north. And I said, if he followed those and hit those, I think there's a very good chance that not only would he have got an ace tanker or something close, but he might have actually been able to help the team win in that corner and allow them to get out without actually being hit and taken out by the tanks that are in the center. But that's just my criticism. The outpost map is a difficult map because it allows that central corridor, And if the enemy team wins that, then they've got perfect shots on, or perfect firing positions on our guys to the north and also to the south. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.